Round 20 Q&A time here, guys. We've got a nice one to start us off with Matty Dame just saying he's watching me on the big screen. This is still crazy to me that you guys put me up on the TV, so thanks for that. I hope that helped Matty Damon. All right, so we go down to Fergo. He says, there's 7 trades now. I go BDE and trade Ramsey, Cody Walker, Mam and Reed Marnie for Haas, Cook, and 2 basements. I only have 1 cash out in my team at the moment. I really want to finalize the team. Then we'll have 3 trades left. I think that's actually perfect. This is the perfect time of year to have those 3 cheap guys. You're playing there with 18 pretty solid players, hopefully 17 guns, and the 18th is okay to be one of those mid-range type of guys, whether it be like a Ram Fatala Mariner, whether it's guys like Kola, obviously both not playing this week, but that type of player that could score you close to like a 40. Even Aaron Booth is kind of in that bracket at the moment, a little bit up and down with the 28 and the 40 odd, but both solid players you could have there. So I think they're great trades, Fergo. Good work on that one. All right, Matty asked again, is Barnett to Tedesco worth the trade with 4 trades left? I think so. Wing fullback's a tough position at the moment, and Teddy is someone that is going to bolster your squad, score better than Barnett, and in a tough position at the moment. Uncle Munch, it's a good name. Hey, Jamie or Scoop, how many trades do you think we should be holding for injuries in these last few weeks? Only have the 4 left and wanting to do Josh Jackson to Haas this week. Is it silly to burn another 2 to go Hossing to Mbai and Reed Marnie to Grant? Currently have Kola as my 18th man. So Kola's going to be fine to keep as your 18th. My worry is that there will be multiple injuries, and if you've got a couple more cheap guys, or if you're looking to rely on someone like Moses Mbai, who is playing now that the Ramsey's going to be out, it's just a slight worry that there could be a bunch of injuries and you miss out on having a good 17 for the last few weeks, potentially. So that's my only worry there. I would also actually hold Josh Jackson this week, given he's now playing at 13. This question was before team list, so I'm happy to let you off the hook on that one. But yeah, I would probably hold Josh Jackson, try and get Haas another way, but I would try not to do the multiple trades if possible, if you're only sitting there with the 4 left. Thoughts on risking it with 3 trades and no center cover? I don't like it because we saw what happened this week with our people squad, for example, with Kola there and not having any cover. So we're going to have to trade, unfortunately, this week with that one. Is Olakwatu a sell this week with the rumor he's out? So I wouldn't sell him just for the 1 week. He did have a light one last week, so I understand why it's a bit annoying in that one. So thanks to Storms for saying that you'd hold as well. All right. Scoop jumping in there. Thoughts on the 7 Manly boys? We spoke about that. Yeah, the Col owner's not happy. Definitely out this week. So an interesting one. If you're looking to get some cover, then it's a tough one. I'd try and get a gun center or a dual position guy, whether it's Aiken, the Burtons, these types of guys. Joey Manus, they're all guys that can cover both positions in a great way. Hey, Jamie's training Tamalolo and King for Murray and Haas. Good. Look, they're both upgrades. If you have, let's say, 5 or 6 trades, I think that's going to be completely fine to do. But if you're sitting there with the 4 now, if you upgrade those 2 guys, just leaves you with the only 2 there to cover for injuries and suspension. So it's a slight worry there if you're going to make those 2, but definitely good upgrades. Aviv, if I've got 4 trades and good cover, can I risk it and try and get my final best team? Yes, I think that's a good idea, man. But if that means 1 trade or 2 trades, it's okay. Anything more than that, if you don't have cover, I think it's a bit of a risk, a big risk anyway. He's Burton a good captain for this round and plays against the Knights. I think he's definitely a great captaincy option. There are other guys that are consistently better than Burton. Burton just has those 80s in his game, which is why you would look to do that for sure. I think JJ's a hold. Yep, BR. Yeah, I think just hold the JJ to Fafita trade. He is a good trade in Fafita, but definitely has his risks as well. So let's call out who's the best option. I'm stuck between Aiken and a pod of Val Holmes. We spoke about Val Holmes in this morning's video there as a potentially solid option. Has a decent run the next few weeks, especially. So Val's a solid one. Aiken could be decent also. I think they both are going to be a little bit up and down. Chance of getting 60 and then back to like a 30. So either way, I think you can flip a coin and play on that one there. You think Val Holmes is there for the rest of the year. They're going to try and cement their spot in the top 4. He kicks the goals. They're playing well. Probably the best way to think about it. If I'm playing head-to-head, is it okay to go hard now? I would wait a little bit, potentially, if you can, Aviv, with that one. So head-to-head, you want to get your best final 17, but you also want to save at least a few trades to be able to trade once each and every week to get your best possible 17 in each of those finals games. That's the way to go on that one. All right. My 2 trappy, is it alright to have 2 trades left off this week if I'm confident in my 17-18 from now on, apart from injuries? It's okay. You probably want to have a 19th as well if you're going to sit with 2 trades. That's the only stressor at the moment. Reed to Munster, Murray, Haas, Grant. Who are we looking at? If you need a hooker cover, obviously go Grant. If you don't, then I would go Murray first, then Haas, and then Munster. All right, we better check this one here for Snack My Drum. Thanks for your videos and podcasts. Do not know what I should do this week. Appreciate any advice. Smack My Drum. All right, we'll jump into this one. What do I do? Hold trades for head-to-head finals. So you have the 7. So you could probably use 2 or 3 over the next week or so. I'd hold Josh Jackson for this week specifically. McInnes is potentially an upgrade as well. I think you could probably do the number 3 one, would be okay. I would probably hold for Tala Mariner, and I wouldn't bring in Gagai. So number 3 is probably my best bet on that one. Nice team value, by the way. All right, that's the Discord questions. We'll move on to our YouTube question comments. Sorry there. And we got, who's more urgent, Haas or Teddy? That's a great question. Teddy's obviously coming off a pretty big game. So both of those guys are going to have a lower break even this week. I think it just depends on if you have suitable wing fullbacks, like 3 guns in that top 6 or 7, I would go for Haas. If you don't, and you're playing someone like Xavier Savage or something is in your top 3, I would go Teddy for that one there, Kieran. But good question. I can afford to pick 1 gun with 4 trades left. Do I go Teddy, or he has Hines and Latrell, or do I go Haas? This is a very similar question. Have Murray, McInnes, Clemmer, IPAPs. 2K short to do Marnie to Teddy, McInnes to Haas. Unfortunately, losing Olakwatu with no cover. Do I try for an edge? Only have 144 in the bank and trading Reed 628. Also can also trade Ramsey, Mam, Kola. All right, you 2. So I'm assuming you're 2 short to do that one. That would be a little bit annoying. Definitely both you could trade out. Olakwatu, do you decide to trade him instead of McInnes? I'm not sure. We'll just sit with him out this week. It's finding it hard to work out. So you're wanting, if you can go Teddy, great. But if you can't, then might have to go like a Dewey or something like that, just a little bit shorter. That would be probably my general thoughts there, Kiri. Kola for Holmes. If you have Kola as cover, and or actually he's your number 2, and you need someone to play this week, and then is going to be a keeper for the rest of the year, I think Holmes is a solid one. Captain Ted, it's a little bit of a worry. I think it's other better guys. You got Damien Cooks, you got Murray's, you got Cleary's, Hines, all a lot safer than what Teddy could be because he can get a 30 odd, and we know that. We've seen it before. Lolo straight to Haas is a solid upgrade for sure. Won't be able to loop Kola as Manly other first game. Yeah, that's right. That makes it hard. Dylan, use 1 trade and upgrade RFM to Teddy Carrigan, or keep RFM and trade out Reedy to Murray, Teddy, or Carrigan. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Dylan. This one here, I feel like Reedy's much closer to a keeper. So if you're looking at Teddy or Carrigan, then I'd just go RFM straight up, considering he's out this week. That's probably the best way to go about it. But if you really want Murray, then go the second one. But make sure you have cover in that hooker position. What to do with Garrick? Does he benefit from less main players, or will he barely touch the ball versus the Roosters? So he's going to be an important player. It's just more if they can put on points. So he should be running for a couple hundred meters and doing his best job possible. If they have a good game, a good close game against the Roosters, then he should score pretty well. But remember, fullbacks are going to be up and down type of players on a week-to-week basis there. Do we ever know what happened to Garner? Unfortunately, I don't. I'll have to check that out for you. Sell Maxi King or Hudson Young? It's a tough one. Hudson just had 1 off week, so he's been absolutely killing it lately. I think you can hold on to him, and he's going to be more of a keeper than I think Max King is, so that'll answer your question. Mbai is a 222 cash out. He is obviously a solid one, given he's going to get a chance to play in a decent position this week. Just remember the team that he's playing for is okay, and how well he's going to play, not exactly sure. They need to win games for him to score well. So if you're just having him as centre cover, then that could be solid. If having a cash out at your centre cover, too risky? I don't think so. If it's just for cover, then I think you can go for it, man. That's where the thought of around the Broncos centre was as well, that you could get him for this score this week against a not so difficult team, and then just have him sitting there as cover or a loop option. So at least Mbai, will play each and every week, and you can have him as cover if needed. Mamma Volkman to Butcher and Mbai. I think it is pretty solid. If that helps you get to a strong 18, I think you can do that. I was hoping Costing come back and they move Cable to center. That would be ideal. Unfortunately not. Best cash down options under 300 for the run home. So just, check in that buy, hold, sell. We had the young fella from Broncos. Probably a decent chance at a decent score this week in that center position if you have Kohler. And then someone like Moses Mbai would be okay also. All right, last few here. We got Khan. I'm trading Olakau'atu, Taylor May, and Kohler for Haas, Robert Jennings, and Val Holmes. He's another one that's a solid one. Rob Jennings with Crichton being out, with one trade left and 235 in the bank. I think it's okay. Just be aware though that having the one in the bank is probably not going to be good enough. So it's a big risk this week. And if you want to do that, that's okay. But yeah, again, just be aware it's a massive risk, and you are upgrading the squad for sure. But Olakau'atu is out for 1 week, so I would personally hold on to him. I understand the move from like May and Kohler, but they also are great covers for you. Whereas someone like Rob Jennings could only be in the team for a week or two, and then back to the reserve. So yeah. Again, just be aware of that. Callum Bishop is having 2 trades left the rest of the season. Too risky. Already have my final squad. If you have your final squad, 2 trades left, as long as you got 18, at least 18 good players, and maybe a 19th that could get a 20 or a 30 for you, and you have already cover in every position, it's going to be semi-okay. But there's obviously a lot that go into that's going to make it a bit tough. Okay, last one here for the video. I've done 3 trades here. Liam Corson for round 20, which leaves me with 1. Hetherington, Pat, Hosking for Booth, Latrell, Cartwright. Deciding to keep Kohler though, as I have centre cover. That's solid. For doing 1 trade, which leaves you with one left, and you have Hetherington, Pap, and Hosking. Oh, no, that's what you've done. Sorry. Yeah, I think that's solid. The Cartwright one's a bit interesting though. Does he keep his spot long term? Does Booth keep his spot long term? There's a few question marks there, so I definitely understand why you would move on from those 3 with Pap and Hosking not playing, so you get an extra 3 players going into your squad. Good luck with it. Again, hoping you have about 19 potentially playing would be good, and then you'll be okay from there. But that is that video, guys, the round 20 Q&A. I hope you got a lot out of it. I'm answering the majority of those questions. Tonight we'll get into that analyzing teams video. Thank you all for sending those in, and I can't wait to be doing that a bit later. Good luck with your trades this week, and we'll see you in the next one.